You are now dialed in with the Dial Brothers.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 23 of the Dialed In Show. How you doing, Steven?
I'm good. You kind of had to take a deep breath before you started.
Yeah.
It's tough, huh? It's tough.
Well, no, I mean, I'm doing okay. I think what's throwing me off is I've been doing that 6 a.m. morning devotion. And so it's like, feel like I'd already been at work is what it feels like.
That just means get off earlier. Um,
Mm.
so, so when people see this, it'll be 3 days, but doing a fast.
Mhm.
How's it been? I mean, you're actually juicing stuff and stuff.
Yeah. Honestly, it hasn't been okay. Uh Physically I thought I would be doing worse than I am. But like I told mom, I was like, physically I'm actually kind of okay. And there's many
Mhm.
moments where I'm not even necessarily hungry for real, for real.
Right.
But mentally, or like in my mind, it's like I need some food. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So much so I'm supposed to go see Angel Reese tonight, and I think what it's doing is making me not want to do anything. Like it's like it's just mentally frustrating, is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a mental thing. You know, people do it all the time. So yeah, I'm a little
And
tired this morning, but
yeah, and
I'm,
it's like I will say this. Now I got a couple people who are participating in the fast who at the end of yesterday switched which option that they chose to give
hey,
context.
hey, I thought about that yesterday.
To give context, there was four options. A liquid only
Hmm.
was one option. Another option was to do liquid only from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And in the evening, you can have one meal.
Yeah,
Third option was just fruits and vegetables. And then the fourth option was anything. You could be social media or whatever.
that fruits and vegetables sound good right now.
Man, I haven't wanted some vegetables so much in my life. Oh.
I didn't think until you told me chicken broth. I drank some chicken broth last night.
But see, even
It's,
that to me
it's interesting.
it was interesting, and it was like a
It
teaser.
wasn't. Oh, it wasn't no tease to me.
It
It
was like
was, and mom said add some little pepper and stuff.
mm.
It worked
Well,
out.
y'all remember I still don't have no pepper. So I literally got home and I said, because I ate some tomato soup
Hmm.
and I said, okay, well, I'm gonna put some just random stuff in it,
Hmm.
garlic powder
Yeah.
and pepper. I get here and I had think garlic powder, but
Hmm.
still just the cayenne pepper, red pepper, whatever. I said, that gummit. I need to go get some black pepper. But
Yeah.
hey, we got this till the end. Well, all the way through Sunday.
Yeah. I think
If
the Sunday part is what sucks because it's like you can't eat until Monday. So that,
look,
yeah.
if I wasn't leading this fast, I ain't gonna lie to you, I would have switched to the 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. thing because this liquid only is not it. This is so y'all let us know if you've ever participated in a fast in particular. Now don't get me wrong. Um there's some people I know who did the custom one and
Hmm.
they're trying to give up stuff like cigarettes, for example. And I'm
Yeah.
sure
And
for
that's big
them,
for them.
yeah, so I'm sure for them
Yeah.
that's real tough.
Yeah.
But let us know if you've ever tried to give up something and were you successful in your fast or
Mhm.
not?
And so this is episode 23.
Hmm.
Cool, cool, cool. 23. This time next week, we'll be on a boat.
That's true. For me, for the first time. You've been
Yeah.
on multiple cruises, but yeah, yeah. I'm excited about it. Starting to get emails every day and stuff. And so
I'm
I'm
happy that
excited about it.
storm is happening this weekend. I mean,
Yeah.
prayers for the people down there, but I'm happy this storm is happening this weekend, not while we're down there.
Yeah, that would have been a big disappointment. Honestly, as long as we could have still gone, even if it was raining, I think I would have still enjoyed it. Just because
Yeah, I mean, you still would have been able to do stuff on the ship, but I mean,
yeah.
nobody wants a rain cruise. But people go on them, and then I mean, it's the risk you take by going on a cruise during hurricane season. I mean, it's the beginning of hurricane season, but yeah,
But for most people, this is the time you would go. It's summer
correct.
break.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
that is true.
But look, so next week will be episode 24. And then the week after that, obviously it's 25. But we've been at this for 23 weeks straight.
Right.
Now that shows discipline
Mm-hmm.
because
It
it
does.
hasn't always been easy. Mm-mm.
We've had delays and internet problems.
Right. Look, the here where I am now, internet is great here.
You don't need an
Great.
extender.
No, just regular whatever. No, it's great. I just uploaded something for church, like it just boom,
Mm.
and it's great here. But yeah, y'all pray for us as we keep going through the rest of this fast. And one last thing on this, friend of mine, she one day put in that she was going to do the liquid only fast. Then another day she put in she's going to do the partial fast. She started out yesterday doing the liquid only. Then she told me, she said, I can't do it. I'm going to do the partial. And I'm like, how you going to do that? She said, well, go look at that form. I was going to do the partial. So I'm like, okay.
Oh man! All right. Well, we sound kind of depressing, so let's bring the spirits up. So I know you are afraid of spiders, but if you saw a snake, how would you react if you were walking in the house?
Same way the lady about to.
Y'all take a look.
I thought you go where you about to kill yourself.
People like hurt themselves trying to run from like animals.
Man,
Like I guarantee you, that lady felt her knee or something.
I was about to say her knees jacked up. All of us, well, I don't, maybe not all of us, but all of us, when you was younger and you riding your bike and you fell off and bust your knee up,
Mhm.
man, she, and I hope she has some drawers on, all her everything. She was trying to crawl away from that snake.
Did the guy ever get the snake with the shovel?
The
I
video
can
don't
tell.
show it, but
I
I don't
can
know.
tell. I mean, you don't know how you'll react until you react, right? But man,
Oh, I can tell you, I would react just like she did. What you mean? Now I might not have fallen, but I don't know. I don't know. That's tough. That's tough. I don't. I definitely don't like spiders, but
But
I
would
don't
you
know.
run like that if you saw?
If I walked up to my front door and boom, there was a snake, and that, at least from the video, didn't look like a little garden snake.
I mean, it was kind of a garden snake. It wasn't no python. It wasn't no
It wasn't no
rattlesnake.
itsy bitsy
I'm saying it
spider,
wasn't a rattlesnake.
but still, nah. Mm-mm.
It
Mm-mm.
it definitely it definitely wasn't poisonous.
No. Well, I don't know. But that is not the point. It's almost like how when some people say, oh, he don't bite, talking about a dog.
Mhm.
He got teeth. So he don't bite you.
Yeah, I used to, because so I was never scared of dogs, but I'm totally cool with dogs now. But when I was a little younger, I was like, depending on the dog. But yeah, I used to hate when someone would say, "Oh, he don't bite." Like the dog lives with you, not with me. So
Mhm.
like he don't bite, and meanwhile, like the dog is jumping all over you. Yeah.
But no snakes, no spiders, no raccoons, no none of that. None of that.
What a raccoon got to do with it?
I don't know. I don't like any insects or what's the word I'm looking for? Um dang. Uh dang. Ashley, what's it called? You know what I'm trying to say? Insects or rodents, I think is the word I'm looking
Oh
for.
man, I just saw a story. on the news this morning. Actually, they were talking about the heat is bringing out, at least in Texas, the heat is bringing out more insects, and they're coming in the homes because it's so hot. They were saying like roaches and things. Luckily, I haven't seen any of that. But being in Texas, they also had like small scorpions. I'm like, oh,
Oh no. And you know how hot it gotta be for the bugs to be out there saying it's too hot?
yeah.
The bugs like, oh, we gotta come in and get some air. But now that's a whole other thing. You talking about a scorpion. Now see, I ain't never been around one
And
of
the guy
them
was
in.
holding a real little one, and man, yeah, like he said, their sting isn't deadly, but it still hurts. I'm like, ugh, man,
Have you seen one in Texas?
no, no, luckily no.
Mm.
And then I mean, I'm in a more urban part, so maybe that's why. Like I'm not rural, um, but I mean, they could probably be anywhere. All right, so this is something that, and I've seen videos like this multiple times, and so I definitely wanted to put it on here for us to talk about it. And I think you're on the same mindset as me, but a non-tither board at a church, I don't agree with that. Calling people out for not tithing. Take a look at the video first.
Boy, look at this old school bulletin board from elementary school. How would you feel if you went to church and see this right here? Non-tithers board. I don't care. Put it up. Maybe because I pay by. I'm just saying this.
It was funny to me. Now, obviously,
Funny, sure.
yeah. Now, obviously, I wouldn't be a proponent of actually doing that, but it is funny to me. Now, um, well, I don't know for sure if they still do it now, but I know of a church, and there's many who do it, but there's churches who still will put the previous week's tithe and the giver's name and amount in their like weekly bulletin that they pass out.
Why? I don't get why are you calling someone out for not giving as much as you think they should be giving? Like that's something between you and God. Not
Yeah.
Ain't got nothing to do with me as far as publicizing it. Now, granted, yeah, people who work in a church may see, okay, how many, just because you're doing the budget and stuff, seeing what people tithe and give offering, but making it public, that's not cool.
Yeah. The reason I brought up the church that I was thinking about is by you showing who did give, you're indirectly showing who did not give.
Correct.
Um,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
don't like that.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it is a personal matter. You know,
And how is that going to make me more likely to give that you putting me on blast about not giving? Or let's say I did give some and people said, oh, I know that person makes more than that. So they really not giving. Like, that's not
yeah,
cool.
yeah. And like the guy said, you talk about church hurt. Yeah, people wouldn't like that. And to the point that you just made. Now, I mean, we can get into a Bible conversation, but we're not going to. But to the point you just made, uh, you can make what a lot of people would consider to be good money or
Hmm.
decent money and live paycheck to paycheck
Oh, yeah.
and not necessarily have any money. Now, like I said, we can get into I could tell you something that'll contradict what I just said, but this not church, y'all
Mm.
just go read your Bible.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like, and granted, who was it? Was it Grandma Dow's church or didn't they? But they would put total. They wouldn't put people's name. They would just put how much offering they got from like Sunday school, how much offering they got the week
Mm,
before. They didn't put people's names. They just put a total. Now, if you want to do that, I mean, I still don't agree with that. But if you want to do that, that's different. That's not That's not isolating anyone. That's
yeah,
saying last week we got a total of X dollars. That's not saying Micah gave this and Stephen gave this,
right.
but Robin didn't give this. That's no, I don't like that.
Why would you be opposed to that? I mean, I'm not saying I want to do that, but I'm
Of
saying,
showing like a grand total?
yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I could think of reasons why you might want to do it.
I mean, are you saying what? That's transparency?
That's one. I could also see if you were in a season of, for example, trying to raise money for some reason, and
Okay, trying that's fine. But I'm saying just like I don't know, every week updating money, like because then that's gonna make
mm,
people question things. Or like for good or for bad. Somebody might say,
Mhm.
"Oh, they got money. We good. I ain't got to give
Mhm.
no more." Or, "Well, where is this money going? I keep seeing
Mhm.
this number go up, but we ain't got
Yeah.
no air." So
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's the tough part about it because sometimes people will see what looks like a high number, but
Hmm.
then it's like, well, now let me show you the bill sheet.
Right. I mean, some people don't know the power bill may be crazy or something.
Yeah. Yeah. All the bills and more, but all the bills you have at home, the
Hmm.
church has them too.
Yeah.
And you have insurance, church got to have insurance, and it costs a whole lot of money. I mean, so yeah. But should they do a non-tithers board? I think if you're doing that, you intentionally trying to just push some people out of your church. Because
Right.
why?
Like I just that's intentionally messy, and that's not. Y'all want to talk about being Christian? They ain't being Christian.
Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
calling people out for? Is it funny looking at the video? Yes. I'm not
Oh
going to be a
yeah.
hypocrite and say it's not funny, but I do not think that that's something that people should do because you're
Mhm.
just calling people out for no reason. Like, okay,
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah. Well, look, I promise y'all, you won't ever see a non-tithers board at the park. No, no.
You're just gonna see a money meter.
I would say, but like you said, it's a private thing
Yeah.
more so now than in the past because churches used to put um, how much people gave in there, and I think part of it is like transparency. I think
I
part of
think
it's
the
also
transparency of putting a total, that's fine. Attaching names to it is messy.
yeah. Like I said, I also think it, and you're gonna say that this isn't the place of the church to do this. It could potentially hold you accountable, potentially. Because if nobody know what you put in there,
Hmm.
then and I hear you, and I'm just being devil's advocate right here. I'm not saying I'm in
Hmm.
favor of this, but if nobody knows that you're putting in there, and as you say, it's between you and God, but
Yeah.
that church wanted it to be between you, God, and your neighbor. So
I'm
you,
saying, how is that holding someone accountable? That's going to make me say, one, either I'm going to leave this church, or two, I don't want you to know what I'm giving because I might not be giving 10%. And that's
Mhm.
something between me and the person who helped me get my job, not anyone else.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm not in favor of doing that. I'm not in favor of showing how much people do give. Um, all I'll say is you can't beat God's giving, and He loves a cheerful giver. You can't beat, no matter how hard you try.
But that ain't got nothing to do with posting people's names and how
Yeah,
much
no, it
they
don't.
gave.
You're right. You're right. Yeah. So it was funny.
Yeah,
We'll
it was
pray for
funny.
that church that did it, and hopefully nobody else does that. Like he said, can you imagine walking in church on Sunday and you see that and you see your name? What? Hmm. And I wonder, and we can move on, but I wonder, was it people who literally gave nothing, or you brought up a point? Was it also people who they felt weren't
Right.
giving what they should?
Right. Because,
Hmm.
okay, no one knows. Like, not even you don't know people's salary. You just are assuming based on what they're tithing. That don't mean that's what, that don't mean that's 10%. Or some people ain't doing 10%. Some people doing 5%. So
Oh,
it's just messy.
you saying even somebody that you might think is giving a lot, that still might not be 10%.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, no one no one comes to church and says, I make $100,000. And so
Right.
you'll know what I'm accurately tithing because it ain't got nothing to do with you.
Right.
Like you like it somebody
But
might make $52,000 a year and they tithe them more than someone who makes 100,000. So you may think that they got more money or something. Like
I
yeah.
see what you're saying. But I think in certain situations, though, and we're gonna move on. I think in certain situations. Now, here's something that this is me talking about me and uh, our church. Now, if you are in a position of leadership,
Yeah.
for me, it is a requirement that you give.
Yeah.
Now, like you
That's
said, the tithe is between you and God,
mhm.
but you can't not give.
Yeah.
That's
I
that's
agree on
that's
that.
not okay. Because I don't know how much money you make, But even let's say if I know you're a school teacher,
Mm-hmm.
you can give something.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that you can't give anything. That's nah. I don't believe that. There's no school teacher in Metro Atlanta, and if I'm wrong, y'all correct me. So let me lower the number than what I was about to say. That makes less than $45,000 a year.
Yeah.
There is none. So especially not at a public school.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't give anything.
Right. That's different. That is different.
To me, but this is what I'm talking about that board. To me, you could get more than $5.
But that ain't got nothing to do with you. That's
I
not.
know. I'm just
That is
saying.
between them and the person who provides for them, not anyone else.
What you mean? Who the person that provides for them?
God.
Yeah. I thought that's what you used to about, but I'm like,
No, I'm talking about APS.
yeah. Look. So I mean, like I said, again, because we got members of the church who watch this. I am not saying I'm in favor of doing that or any version of that, but I don't see how you can go to church every week and you claim you benefit from it,
That's
and
different.
you don't give anything. Now,
That's different.
I don't
That's
understand
different.
that.
And that still don't mean put their name on a bulletin board. We'll move on.
But look, because look, how hypocritical am I? I spent $100 and something or $200 something to go see Angel Reese tonight, but I ain't got no money.
Right.
No,
that is true. All right, moving on.
I hope
so
I go because I really don't feel like going.
Then sell your ticket. The
You can do that.
Yeah.
When she play here again? Because I'm not in the mood.
Let's keep with the show, sir. The thing, what was it? Oh, someone called it standing on business. Now we agreed on the last topic. We might disagree on this one. I want y'all to see the video first, and then we'll talk about it.
Smacked his granddaughter across the face.
I smacked my granddaughter across the goddamn face because she was swearing in public and mouthing off to her grandmother. Post it.
I'm not mad at the guy.
Okay, now let me get clarification. Did he literally slap his granddaughter in Walmart?
We didn't see it. The person recording the video said he slapped his granddaughter. And he said, I sure did because she cursed and she cursed at her grandma. He said, I don't care if you record. So, I mean, he didn't deny that he slapped her. I think some things go into play. One, did he like really slap her? Two, how old was she? Yada, yada, yada. But he said it like it was. Like, I'm disciplining my granddaughter because she did something wrong.
Man, I think that it's not politically correct to agree with this, though, Stephen. So I'm going to say that he should not have chosen violence
in public.
Well. Yeah.
All right, moving on. Oh man. So what? Dogs do a lot of things. Pets do a lot of things when you're at home. And when you come back, you find out things. This guy clearly left his dog in his room. And sometimes dogs have separation issues or whatever. Take a look.
I'm gonna go see Angel in September.
Okay, take a look.
Wait, I left the house for 1 hour. Are you dead serious, bro? How? There's no way.
What's your reaction be?
I would kick his tail.
Oh.
You ate through the door and then had the audacity to back out and let me open the door, and you just come out like, hey. Oh, nah. That's not cool.
I have a coworker whose dog kind of has separation issues, and they have had to redo like the frame of their door more than once because the dog has chewed all the wood off to the the wood part next to the handle
Around the door, yeah.
like of their apartment.
What kind of dog do they have?
It's like a medium-sized dog. I can't think of what it's called. It's kind of like a German Shepherd, but it's not a German Shepherd. But
Look, I saw a dog yesterday that was a German Shepherd Lab mix. I would have thought that would have been a somewhat large dog.
it's not.
It wasn't. It was quite small, and
Well,
I mean, not like
maybe
a
it ain't full
Chihuahua.
grown.
I said to the guy, I said, oh, because he said it was a girl. I said, oh, she gonna get much bigger. He said, no, she's 7 years old. He's like,
Oh wow.
and I said, whoa, I never would have thought it would have been that small.
Hmm.
But
We have at our station we have a lab. Did I tell you about our dog?
yeah, aren't y'all training it or something?
Yeah. So she's being trained to be a seeing eye dog. So the program, like whatever
Wait a
the
minute.
program,
Wait a minute.
I'm about to tell you.
I was like, are y'all blind? What?
Is I'm gonna get the name wrong, so I don't want Gabby to get mad at me. It's an organization in Texas, and basically, once the dogs are born, they can already sense which dogs have potential, and then so like Poppy and I don't think only one other dog from her litter made it to the next level. Then they are with a regular person for a year, so they're at our station, but she goes home with one of our employees, and she learns regular dog training, and then if she passes that phase, then she goes to like seeing eye dog school next year.
Let's say non-disabled person, because they might be offended if you say regular.
No. Regular training.
No,
Like-
you said a regular person for a year.
Oh,
They with a non-disabled person.
okay. A non-disabled person for a year. And if they are successful in that, then they go to seeing eye dog school. And if they fail, then Gabby, in this case, would have the opportunity to adopt her. Like if she can't go
How
to,
do you fail?
you can
assisting
fail
some-
seeing eye dog. They have to. You know how much responsibility that dog has.
I'm
to
saying, how
do?
do you fail assisting somebody who ain't disabled?
You could not be trainable. You can be not have a good discipline.
I would love to know what what they see at birth.
Yeah,
Makes them.
my coworker was explaining it to me because I was like, I don't know, because she got Poppy when she was maybe like 5 months old or 4 months old. So I don't know, but it's something that they can tell already. And then I think it's in their genes because like I think one of her parents
Her grandma was a seeing eye dog.
is a working dog. Yeah. So
oh wow.
oh, but yeah, so we but I said I was say she's a lab and she's getting bigger, but I thought she would be bigger than what she is by now. Yeah, man, dogs do some interesting stuff.
They keep it in the family.
The family business. Did you see? Well, you didn't see. There a new season's coming out
When?
like in 2 weeks, but it's on BT Plus first.
I'm tired of what Elizabeth Warren in her name.
What about her?
Well, she wouldn't be in favor of this because she's anti-monopoly. Do something. They doing stuff about all that kind of stuff. It's too many streaming platforms.
Oh yeah,
we
you
don't
can't crack
have
down on streaming platforms.
we don't have money to be paying for 10 different streaming platforms. Like reduce the cost of streaming.
That's the bill you gonna propose?
Yes, reduce the cost of streaming. Say now, if you want to put out a show or something, it got to be on one of the big three. And
No, that's monopolizing. That
I
mean
know, but I'm saying, okay, so you gotta have Netflix, you gotta have Hulu, you gotta have HBO, gotta have Stars. What is that on
gotta
HBO?
have Peacock, gotta have
It-
Paramount, gotta have yeah.
and black folk gotta have their own stuff. So now you gotta have BET Plus. And it's like, man.
I
So now you
mean,
find yourself, well, I got Netflix and BT Plus in July, but next month I'm gonna have Hulu and HBO. Like,
oh, for you schedule your subscriptions when shows come out.
right, right. Cancel them when you don't need them. Try
Man,
and do free trials, get fake emails.
I mean subscriptions. I mean it does add up. It is crazy now. But there ain't gonna be no cap on the amount of streaming platforms that will not happen because, like I said, that monopolizes. All you can hope is if these bigger platforms buy them out.
Yeah, you just don't know how much. Well, maybe you do. How much I want some food right now. Goodness.
Well, man, I see, and at least you're not in situation. Like so, me working with someone. We got to kind of share the day, right? And sometimes we're in a car for 12 hours, but sometimes, especially if your camera guy's a little older, they don't want to just be sitting in a car. So they'll be like, let's go in the library or let's go in Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or something and edit. So we can have somewhere to sit. I mean, it ain't our gas, but sit in air condition for 3 hours. Yesterday,
Mm.
I sat in McDonald's for almost 4 hours.
And couldn't eat.
And
Man, that
now,
Big Mac
luckily,
looked
he didn't eat
different than it
either.
ever has before.
He just bought a sweet tea, but I think if he would have ate, I'd have like, oh, come on, day one.
Mm. I told somebody yesterday, I said, if I quit or change or something, I can't do it on the first or second day. It'll have to be like
No,
Friday.
that's what, like, man, I have a busy week, and I'm like, oh man, the uh, the end of the week's gonna be tough for me. Just I got so many events. Um, I'm emceeing a 4th of July thing in Fort Worth. Like, how I'm gonna look
Mm.
not eat?
Look, I'm gonna be very honest with y'all, and I'm saying this on the Dialed In show and not on the church stuff. So you church people who watch, just be quiet. Look, now I ain't gonna lie to you because I love to be honest with y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. Uh, Sunday evening, Steven and I fly into Miami.
We gonna have a little small meal Sunday evening.
You doggone Skippy. Look, because to be honest with you, in many ways, I could say I started the fast on Sunday night.
Yeah, technicality. Yeah.
Right. I started on Sunday evening. So if I started on Sunday around 8:30,
Hmm.
I don't land in Miami until I think 8:30. So really, I did 7 days. Seven times 12. I don't know what that is.
Oh my goodness,
Is it 84?
man. I don't know. No, like,
But
man. So
yeah,
I got this 4th of July thing Thursday, Friday. So the AK's National Convention is in Dallas.
a
I got
bootleg.
yeah, I got a we are hosting an event Friday night. Saturday night, I'm judging the step show. Like all these opportunities where I know food will be not far. But
I mean,
yeah.
just
All
do
right,
the best you can.
let's get into your favorite part. There are multiple topics to talk about on this. The first one, though, because this is an Atlanta story, is I've been having a lot of interaction with friends about this story. That the owner of the barber shop in the Atlanta area, who claims he was misled. He thought that there was a round table the day before the debate, a round table about black businesses. And he did an interview, multiple interviews with news stations saying, oh, I'm all about black businesses. So when I heard the opportunity, I said, okay. Well, come to find out, that owner signed a contract with the Donald Trump campaign, got paid $4,000 for the use of his venue. But if you saw the news stations the day before, he felt that he was misled. Now, first, I'll get your reaction, Micah. We're gonna talk about this 'cause I've had some interesting conversations with some people I know about this. What is your reaction knowing now that he signed a contract?
I think it's a bunch of bull jive.
What?
Okay, because his okay. So either, sir,
And I read the
you
contract. I don't know if you've seen it,
no, I haven't seen it.
but well, it's the initials, but it's. I'll let you talk. But basically,
It's
it
like
says
it's a
Donald
DJT
J.
or something on
Trump.
it.
Yeah, DJT24. Like
Mm.
put two and two together. But
I
go ahead.
think either he was and a lot of people get triggered by this word. It just means the lack of knowledge. Either he was grossly ignorant to what was going on, like genuinely, he just was oblivious because all he saw was $4,000. But still, to me, you don't get to accept money and sign a contract and then on the back end be all like,
Right.
okay, so I wonder will he get the money back?
And he didn't mention in the news stories that he signed a contract. He didn't mention that
Mm,
part.
mm.
He said
And
he said a friend hit him up about an opportunity for a roundtable about black businesses.
it's hard for me to believe that he didn't know who was coming. Like
Yeah.
how Ben Carson was there.
Yeah.
It's just that's hard for me to believe because you're trying to tell me before it actually took place, like let's say it took place at 4:00,
hmm
didn't nobody show up?
Right.
Did
Right.
like I just don't believe it. Now, and maybe he felt, if he's telling the truth, maybe he felt since he signed the contract, he couldn't like
Disclosed before.
or like get out of it. Like tell them, oh well
Yeah,
no, I don't
but
want you
then
to do this.
just say, hey, yeah, I signed this contract for them to have this event, but I didn't think I don't agree with this part, but him saying I didn't think it would get as political as it did. That's one thing. But to say you didn't know it was a campaign event, any event by a campaign is a campaign event, Democrat or Republican. If Joe Biden wanted to, go to Rainbow Park and say, "Oh, we wanted to rent this to have a discussion about
He campaigning.
diabetes," it's still a campaign event. It's like
Yeah.
the topic has nothing to do with. He went on the news and said, I was misled. And I don't think he was misled.
Me either. And if you felt so bad about it, because now you're just getting attention and stuff going on these different news outlets. If you felt so bad about it, why did you sit there through the panel thing? Why were you a part of it? If I fundamentally don't agree with Ben Carson and these other people, okay, well, y'all use the space because I signed a contract, and to be real with you, I want the money. But I'm not about to sit there with you. You're not about to
Yeah.
use me as like a puppet. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And then, like someone I know said, I mean, he was getting heat, after
Yeah.
when people found out that that event happened at his business. And it's unfortunate because, yeah, he probably going to lose some business now. And granted, I mean, Trump wasn't there, but like it
He
ain't that
called.
deep. But I guarantee you he's losing business because of this. And then now you look even more. I'm not going to use the word, but now that the Trump campaign tweeted pictures of the contract,
Mm,
like 4 pages. Um,
mm. And now if I was a patron of his, I wouldn't stop going. To me, that's petty too. I don't
that's
think
what I'm
you
saying.
should
Yeah, like it
stop
ain't that deep.
supporting him.
And
Right,
Trump wasn't there.
right. He
Now if
called
Trump
though.
was there, that's a little different.
I think even if he was there,
I'm
part of
talking
me,
about in the minds of like customers.
I'm saying even if I was a customer, I would be like, man, get your $4,000. I don't care about that. Not like that. I mean, my issue is that he sat there on the panel with them.
Mhm.
That's my problem. If
Yeah,
you agree with them, then cool, that's your business. But if you're
right.
saying you don't, then I don't think that was right for him to play along with it.
And it didn't look like people were there. Like
I
from the
don't think that's.
video,
I think it was a photo op.
yeah, it didn't like it wasn't like packed. Um, mm.
Mm-mm.
Okay, transitioning, still same topic. Um, I've talked a lot about this at work, but you haven't gotten it out of your system. What was your reaction to the debate? Joe Biden looked old. That was the worst debate of his life. There's no sugarcoating that. I guess what I should ask you, because now we're a week after it. Do you think Joe Biden will be removed from the ticket in November?
No. I think it would require another moment like that for something like that to happen. I don't think so.
He's
it-
not going anywhere.
Right. And like I said, for it to really, really work, he would have to participate in removing himself, releasing his delegates and stuff. So that's not going to happen. I think, now, I ain't going to lie to you, though. I think that I think he still has a fight. And I've been one to have said all along that Donald Trump is going to win in November. But I think Joe still has a fight because, to me, he just can't talk. It's and going back to Bible again, and I was just literally the devotion this morning was about Moses, and Moses was complaining to God because Moses could not talk. He was not good at speaking, but he did all that he did. So to me, it's like, okay, this man old, he can't talk that good. But if he can still do the job, or even if somebody else doing the job, but he's signing the papers, that's better than Donald Trump. If you support Joe Biden, that's your perspective. So Donald Trump, I'm proud of Donald Trump. Now, don't crucify me.
I know what you're about to say. I mean, while there were a lot of errors and misleading statements, he did not show his blank like people thought he would.
He
didn't cut Joe off.
Whoever talked to Donald Trump this time got through to him to make him realize if you be quiet, he's gonna screw himself.
Yep.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what was wrong with Joe. And
I get the strategy and this Monday morning quarterback, but like they said he had a cold, like while the debate was going on. And then it's like, so why didn't y'all say that beforehand? But I get the strategy of, oh, you saying it beforehand is trying to downplay his performance, blah, blah, blah. It was bad. I mean, there's no way around it. It was bad. Now it is one thing, and we are still months away, but it doesn't help. It didn't help. But recently, his recent speeches have been fun.
Right when he left there.
Right. In North Carolina the next day, I was like, and then some people were saying whatever medicine they gave him finally kicked in.
Look, but you know what? What's interesting, the entire time we and everybody talked about the fact that there not being a live audience was going to negatively affect Donald Trump. I think that played a role in messing with Joe Biden a little bit too. And I think nobody ever thought that it would, but I think it did because he left there. He went to Waffle House. He went to a thing that night, not just the next day in North Carolina. He was a thing that night. Completely different Joe.
Yeah.
Completely different. And so I think he has that sweet old grandpa feel about him.
And they probably over practiced. They over prepared him.
I thought you were about to say over medicated him.
He might have been.
And it was wearing off.
Yeah.
Now, do you think, I don't think they will. And I think now some people would say they should, but I don't care. I don't think they will. He's not going to do that debate in September.
No, I think that's going to be the only debate. Wow. Because honestly, if I'm Trump, do you take the gamble of saying, oh, he's going to mess up again, so let's do it again to make him look bad? I don't think. I think he'll be sharper.
Yeah.
If I was Trump, I would not do another debate because that's going to be the only thing that people have in their mind, debate-wise, of their rematch. Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
How do you think, you being a journalist, how do you think Dana Bash and
they're getting they were getting blamed, and it's only from one side is going to feel scorned or upset or whatever you want to call it. I think as the debate went on, they did,
Jake Tapper.
yeah, like Clyburn and all of them are upset that they didn't fact check. In one way, that's not their job. The candidate should fact check. His opponent should say he didn't answer the question. This is inaccurate. This statement is not correct. That's kind of like you like hoping the referees will bail you out every time. Now towards the middle and end of the debate, Jake Tapper and Dana did say, okay, President Trump, the question was about childcare. You still have a minute left. Would you like to answer a question about childcare? That's them in a way trying to say he didn't answer the question. But for the expectation of some to say, oh, they should have stopped Trump every time he lied. That's not how debates work. It's not the moderator's job to keep scolding the candidate. The opponent, if Joe Biden believed that Trump was saying lies, then why didn't Joe Biden say he's saying lies? Like every response should have been, that's not true. This is XYZ. And he didn't do it.
I see both sides. I think Joe Biden saying it is like, well, don't nobody believe that. Of course, you're going to say both of them saying each other lying. But I think was supposed to be a neutral third party person saying that's not true. I think because, and answer me this, and I know not like for real in this case, but doesn't a news outlet have a responsibility to put out content that is truthful? So if you're allowing him to say this stuff and you know it's not true, there's a whole lot of people that's watching it that's going to believe him.
So it's complicated. Yes. I mean, that is the responsibility of the media, period. Yes. But it's not like CNN didn't fact check him. It just happened after the debate. You get what I'm saying? So, and granted, yes, if someone only watched the debate, then they only saw what he said.
Right.
I'm just saying it's a fine line that you have to teeter because one, let's look at it. They're already coming into this being accused of being on Biden's side. You know what I'm saying? Already being accused of being, oh, they're going to be liberal moderators and yada, yada, yada. So one, you can't just let Joe Biden off the hook every question because he ain't called Trump out for what he should have called him out on. And like I said, I think as the debate progressed, they tried to say, you didn't answer the question. But spending time, I mean, heck, the moderators would have spent 15 minutes alone throughout the hour and a half fact checking. And yeah, I mean, it's a fine line because yes, you don't want just someone just saying lies on your air. But also, I mean, you don't know what the person's about to say. So you're just going to search up the facts to correct them like every single topic. That's not going to work.
That would be
so, I mean, they were in a lose-lose situation. I mean, the winner was CNN because they had all the ratings. But if you fact check them, then the Republicans are going to be mad. If you don't fact check them, the Democrats are going to be mad. So regardless, if you're damned if you and damned if you don't, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Their minds are like, whatever. And it was on Biden to do that. All right, the last thing, the Supreme Court ruled on the immunity for the president, well, former presidents, including Donald Trump. They said you have immunity for official acts, presumed immunity for some other acts, but basically, official acts can be considered anything. I could have a meeting with you in my cabinet and it could be about something bad, but it's an official act. So there's, when you mentioned Joe Biden may still have some life, now the Supreme Court just tossed him a bone to something to talk about. And he spoke Monday night. So this election is going to be interesting. I still think Donald Trump may get reelected, but we'll have to see. I mean, it's a long time to November.
Two questions. One legitimate, the other for just kicks and giggles. The legitimate one, as of today, we're when you're watching this comes out on July 3rd, 2024.
Hmm.
Who do you think is the best option for VP for Donald Trump today?
Oh, for Trump. Um,
Yeah.
um, my answer is gonna be wrong. Like, it depends if he's trying to go flashy or if he's trying to go someone he can control.
Mm.
I think he should pick Marco Rubio, which will it's a diverse candidate. Republicans can say we got the first, Latino vice president. He's younger. Um,
I do not like him.
but I think he's less of a problem for moderates. You know what I'm saying? JD Vance from Ohio, Burgum is just gonna be a puppet. So it just depends if Trump is going for like legacy type stuff or just I just have to pick a guy. So I don't know. Who you think?
Like, well,
Or is
I'm
it someone we're
heartbroken
not
about
naming?
Timmy.
Or is it
Huh?
someone we're not naming?
Right. I'm heartbroken about Timmy.
Are you?
Yeah. I mean, I don't like him either, but I just feel like he deserved it. If I'm saying if anybody was gonna get it, why can't it be him?
Mm.
Um, I don't know. I think he should kind of go out there a little bit and get somebody like what's the woman? She's high up within the Republicans in the House. Well, I feel like she's from Texas or Arizona or something.
You
Maybe
talking
she's
about
not.
she used to be like the majority leader?
Yeah, something like that.
I
I
can't
can't
think of
think
her
of her
name.
name. She's fairly young.
She's from like New York or something?
Maybe she looked. Well, I shouldn't say that.
I can't think of her name.
I don't
It
know.
ain't gonna be her.
Yeah, I'm saying, but I think he should do something kind of out of the box like that. Here's the other thing before we get off. Here's the one that's for like kicks and giggles. If Joe Biden was not on the ballot, if he was being
Hold on.
replaced,
Are you talking about Elise Stefanik?
I think so. I think so. Yeah,
Nah.
yeah.
I'm listening.
Who do you think would be the best option to go up against Trump if it wasn't Joe Biden?
Yeah. See, this is the top two people who would hold them accountable and engage young people, and you'll see like viral clips every week, is Gavin Newsom and Kamala Harris. Both of
Mhm.
them aren't going to back down. They're young. They understand more current age stuff, and so I mean that debate would get higher ratings than the Joe Biden debate. One thing, and I mean, Joe Biden's not going to be off the ticket, but one thing people are overlooking is in this panic from Democrats of people saying, "Oh, Joe Biden needs to be off the ticket." Like so many people have overlooked Kamala Harris, and she's the vice president, which is weird to me. Um, but then you go into strategy. Um, America is still has not reached that point where they're okay with the woman in leadership, regardless of. I mean, that's just plain as day.
And
Uh,
she black.
and she's black, so I think that would put her at a disadvantage. Let's say Joe Biden did get off the ticket. That would put her at a disadvantage, unfortunately. Then you get Gavin Newsom, from a very liberal state.
Yeah,
So it's like,
extremely
well,
liberal.
he doesn't have moderate appeal to some people. So, but both of them would definitely, the campaign would definitely be very lively. But
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. If
All right.
Gavin Newsom wasn't so liberal,
Yeah.
I think I'm about to say something real wild. If Gavin Newsom wasn't so liberal, and nobody's going to agree with me on this, if Joe got rid of Kamala and ran with Gavin Newsom as his VP, he'd win.
Yeah. I agree.
He'd win.
I agree. One thing, and I saw a clip this morning. So of course they're asking all these like presidential hopefuls questions about Biden. Andy Beshear, the Democrat governor of Republican Kentucky, and like everybody else was like, kind of answer was like, "Oh, I believe in Joe," blah blah blah. And he was like, "I believe in Joe," but and then he kind of did some shameless plug for him, saying, I'm a Democrat governor in a state that's run by a Republican legislature, and we get multiple things passed. And that's what people are looking for, bipartisanship. And like, he made a good appeal for himself. He's in a red state and he's a governor that's Democrat, and his legislature is Republican. So it was just interesting that he kind of was like, hey. But let's wrap this thing on up. Thank you guys for watching episode 23 of the Dialed In Show. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. We will see you same time, same place next week.
Hopefully. All right.